So the G.I. Joe Classified line has finally given us a Cobra bat. And I have been a huge fan of Cobra bats ever since I was a kid. They've always been one of my favorite kinds of G.I. Joe characters. And that's how I've been collecting G.I. Joe Classified. I only have 5 figures. I only bought 1 figure in 2021. And this is my very first 2022 action figure that I've gotten. I've gotten a couple Transformers, but this is the very first figure of the new year that I've gotten. And I already have a feeling he might make the top 10 list. So yeah, one thing about how I collect Classified, with how few figures I get, it seems like each one is just such a treat when I get it. And this Cobra Bat is no exception. I really, really like this thing. I have a few minor complaints. Not really complaints, just like things I can point out. Just a few that I feel like if those were changed, this thing would basically be perfect. So yeah, this thing's really great. But one thing I really want to start off this video with is comparing it, seeing how faithful this is to the original Cobra Bat. Now, one thing about the original Cobra Bat, it's very hard to get an original Cobra Bat in good condition, right? I mean, having the sticker, decent paint, at least some of the accessories, it's really hard to do. And let me just flex right there that I have a near complete Cobra Bat. I just need one freaking weapon. If anyone can help me out with the one freaking weapon I need, let me know. I'm just missing the one. I've had this ever since I was a kid. I broke the pegs from the backpack into those alternate hands, but I got a new backpack and I was able to like drill out the pegs in the old hands, but I'm still missing one hand. I need that hand. But anyways, one thing I'm really surprised about with this is how faithful this new Cobra Bat is to the original. It has the grenades right there, it has the holster and the pouch right there, it has the little pouch on the leg there, it has the silver on the boots. It does have a little bit extra silver on the boots. It has the mechanical arms that, honestly, like even the fingers and everything. Even has like the little, almost like knuckle dusters. Even has that detail. Has a little like shoulder epaulets. Has the silver around the chest plate, and if we take this chest plate off, because this is an accessory, you can see even the tubing and the electrical detail in there, and the mechanics is actually very similar to that sticker on the vintage one. One major difference is going to be on the backpack, because the new backpack has like these added little tubes on it, only holds 2 alternate hands, and has one like off to the side, sort of, which is fine. I mean, honestly, the old backpack was very oversized to hold the alternate hands, but it's, you know, it's all good. Not really going to worry about it too much. You can see how I don't even have these fully in because I'm so worried that they're going to break again. I don't want them to break. But yeah, man, I'm really impressed. You can see the head's very similar, has a little added vent on the back there, but still kind of has like the little silver whiskers. I'm sorry, you'll never probably be able to unsee that. The big old silver visor. Yeah, man, I'm really digging it. One thing I do have to mention, though, the sticker. Ooh. Honestly, that sticker on the original figure is so nice. Kinda wish that they would have done a sticker for the classified one. Honestly, I think that would have looked even better than this. I understand some collectors are like, oh, stickers are gross, we don't want stickers. But I don't know. I think stickers would have been very, very nice. It's unfortunate, but it's no big deal. So, what does he come with? You've already seen he has a chest plate he can pop on and off. I don't know how I'll display him. Maybe, you know, with it off or on. This is actually one of my first issues. I wish the chest plate was clear. I understand having like the black kind of protects those internals, but like at least put a Cobra logo or something on there. It just looks so plain, especially when like the original Cobra Bat, like having all those details was such a big part of the figure. Just covering that up is kind of sucky. So I'd like a clear plate. I'm actually gonna probably get a custom made clear plate for that. I mean, that's one minor issue. I can't really complain about it too much. So we'll probably leave this one off for the rest of the video, but we have another one to show. It does come with a pistol, which is very appropriately mechanical and like sci-fi looking. Definitely dig that. And one nice thing, he holds it very nice, and also, look at that. Love a figure that can holster his own gun. Really dig that. Unfortunately, he has in and out hinges at the wrists, which is kind of odd, but honestly, he has so much elbow articulation, I really can't have too much issue with that. So yeah, he has that little gun right there. His backpack obviously is removable, and you can see how it has mechanical detail on the back as well, which I really appreciate. But he has his flamethrower, which is really cool. That's probably my favorite alternate accessory. He has the claw, which unfortunately does not claw or anything. Does not actually, you know, have a motion to it, but it still looks really cool, really faithful to the original. And this sort of laser drill thing, I've never fully understood what this is. It's almost like a laser, almost like a drill. It's a laser drill. That's what I'm calling it. Probably my least favorite. Never been too big of a fan of that. So he has those, and awesomely, similar to the 25th Cobra Bat, he has alternate battle damaged pieces. So he has a battle damaged chest plate, which you can see has a little bit of paint on it, some scuffing and some holes. So you can put that on. And stays on decently well. Definitely have to get it clicked on the bottom. And if you look really closely, you can see some of those internals, but I wish those holes were a little bigger. And then, for his head, you get an alternate head for that. Just pop that off and get on the alternate battle damaged head. There we go. We'll probably leave this on for the rest of the video because I really like it. It just looks so cool, man. I love that like eye that's coming through and the skull that's being exposed and the shattered visor. Ooh, that looks nice. I'll probably alternate between how I display him. But one nice thing, even if you do like have one head or the other, you can just have the other head almost be like an accessory. Like, you know, maybe he's just stepping on it, or it's just another downed bat or a spare part. Really do like that. So one thing, obviously, got to show how the hand switch works. So he doesn't have switching arms this time, but rather it's just a hand switch. One nice thing, though, you can put the hand into the backpack. That'll work there, and it'll work in the other spots, too. So you can still store it. And the pegs, nice and stubby, pop on real nice and good. There we go. That's pretty sweet. I actually really dig that. So one thing I do have an issue with, though, with the weapons and the arms, this is another one of my issues. All the rest of them has a decent amount of silver, like silver on the boots, silver around the chest and on the head, but his arms and the strap on his leg they're not, you know, they're very dull. They're very dull silver. They're not even silver, they're like gray. I mean, I can understand why they're not painted, but I wish they were at least a brighter color. I might actually go through at some point and like dry brush some silver onto that. I don't know, it just looks kind of plain when it has like all this other nice silver, but that's not very silvery. It's kind of a disappointment, but there's one other thing. I said I had 3 issues. The other one I'll get to when I talk about articulation, which is right now. So, how does he move? Pretty well. Actually, really well. Let's get that hand off of the gun there. So, he has dumbbell at the neck, and I really like how it has like the little, it's almost like tendons at the neck. He's got ball joints at the neck and everything, so you can get good motion out of that. Shoulders, do the shoulder butterfly thing, which is actually really effective. Arms do that, they do that. Bicep swivel, which is really nice. Double jointed elbow, which is very, very deep. And because it's a robot, it doesn't really look unnatural. It's just, you know, the motion of the bat, and I really dig that. Unfortunately, the wrists go in and out instead of up and down, but it's honestly not really much of an issue for this figure, but I don't really, you know, I would have preferred, you know, the other. The hips. The hips as I move the waist. He has a good waist joint right there. A little bit of tilt, ab crunch. The hips, though, I was getting a little ahead of myself. This is another one of my issues. This line continuously has issues with the hips, where I don't know if you can kind of see there's a bit of a click to it, but there's like indents in the ball. There's like little indents, little nubs. And as you're moving the hips around, it kind of wants to click, and it wants to twist that peg it wants to twist that stem that the ball's on before it actually moves the leg. And one thing you have to do is like crank it back and forth to actually soften the joint. Now it doesn't click at all. Now it's fine. I feel perfectly fine posing it. But still, I feel like that's a problem. I've seen a lot of these figures get stressed at the hips, and it's just not good. I'm surprised it's still an issue with this line. But his hips do actually have a drop down, which does grant you really good posability in the legs there. Thigh swivel, double jointed knee, bends real deep. Has a boot swivel, Oop, there goes his backpack. Feet to move up and down, and he has pivot right there. I would say the backpack stays on very nice. The only reason why it came off was because of how I was holding it and moving it. My finger kind of pressed it off slowly but surely as I was holding him like that. So just keep that in mind while you're messing with it. The backpack might come off. So there we go. There is the G.I. Joe classified Cobra Bat. What do I think? I really like it. I think it's really good. Is it perfect? Almost. This line is really killing it. And I feel like this figure especially is doing a very, very good job. I really have very little issue with it. Like I said, I just wish the arms were a little less dull. I wish it had a clear chest plate. I like the dark ones. I like the black. I just would have liked the option. I mean, just a third chest plate. I know it's kind of asking for a little bit, but a third chest plate that was just perfectly clear would have been nice. And of course, I think they should have had those hips fixed by now. I'm not happy that that's still something you have to do with these figures. But classified bat in the bag. This thing's great. Definitely a contender for one of my top 10 figures of the year for sure. And it's not even, January's not even over. Whew, wow. Yeah, I really like it. If you're a G.I. Joe fan, if you're a, droid fan, a robot fan, I recommend this one. This is a super cool figure. I really dig it. Alrighty, guys, there we go. Thank you so much for watching. Special shout out to the patrons of Patreon. You guys are awesome. Thank you all so much for the continued support. I always appreciate it. Alrighty, guys, there we go. Have a good one, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.